Good evening. I'd like to call the Personnel Committee meeting to order. It's Thursday, July 25th. The time is 6:02 p.m. Welcome. I'd like to ask Rebecca to call the roll of the business.
Sure, Madam Chairman. Ms. Lakakis?
Yeah.
Ward?
Yes.
Ethier?
Here.
Fine. Ray Joyce?
Here.
Kuhn?
Here.
Simpson?
Present.
Drake? And Grimm?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you very much. The first item on the agenda is to approve the previous meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Second, Mr. Simpson. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 2 is amending the rules and regulations for Albany County employees regarding health insurance benefits for retirees, and that has been tabled at the request of the sponsor. Next, move to current business, which is number 3, 24-419, public hearing on proposed local law K for 2024, local law of the County of Albany, New York, creating Chapter 202 of the Albany County Code, prohibiting the use of employment promissory notes and other similar provisions. This, at number 4, is tabled tonight at the request of the sponsor, who could not be here. Moving along to number 5, we have the confirming the appointment of the Director of Crime Victims and Sexual Violence Center.
Good evening, everybody.
Well,
Thank you so much for the opportunity to address the committee this evening. My name is Amanda Wingle, and I'm here tonight to tell you just a little bit about myself and why I'm qualified to step into the director role at the Crime Victim and Sexual Violence Center. I respectfully request that this committee consider approving my appointment. I began my work in the victim services field over a decade ago as a hotline volunteer for the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. This volunteer experience solidified for me that I wanted to go into the victim services field. My first full-time position in the field was as a residential counselor at Equinox Domestic Violence Shelter. I held additional positions at Equinox, including shelter case manager and court advocate. I learned so much during my roughly 2 years at Equinox, which prepared me well to move into my first position at Crime Victims in 2017. I started as the campus services coordinator, which afforded me the opportunity to work with colleges and universities throughout Albany County to provide direct services to victims of crime on those campuses, as well as collaborating on prevention, education, and awareness activities. In 2021, I was honored to be promoted to the deputy director role. Since entering that role 3 years ago, I worked closely with the former director, Karen Ziegler, to learn how our department is run. We cover day-to-day operations of the office, policies and procedures, everything from budgeting to grants to personnel matters and beyond. In addition to working alongside Karen on these administrative duties, I also directly supervise our community outreach team. I am confident that my experiences in both direct service and administration have prepared me well for this new role. Over the years, I have learned so much not only about the needs of crime victims, but also how to best manage and support a staff doing this challenging work. I hope to continue building on the amazing work that Crime Victims has done over the years, and I look forward to working alongside the legislature to continue to provide the highest quality services to the residents of Albany County. Thank you very much for your consideration and your time.
thank you very much, and thank you for your work to date. And does anyone have any questions for Ms. Wingle? Mr. Kuhn?
Hi, Ms. Wingle, thanks for being here. Maybe you could, for us and for the people who might be watching, just kind of summarize the role and sort of your vision of how you would perform the responsibilities of Director of Crime Victims and Sexual Violence Center.
Sure, absolutely. So I view the role as certainly a leadership position, providing support to the staff, managing day-to-day things such as budget, grants, administrative tasks, continuing to grow our program to areas that I'm really interested in working on or advancing are housing for crime victims and human trafficking victims. So that's what I see the role as.
And this is a position within the Albany County government, within the reports through the county executive, not, for example, through the district attorney's office, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Anyone else have any questions? Yes, Mark?
Thank you, Madam Chair. You obviously have a big heart. You've been helping victims for a long time. I appreciate it a lot. And you're also a Senate grad, so that doesn't hurt. But you said in your resume you have researches, prepares, and submit grant applications to funded entities. Now, Karen has, like a superhero when it came to grants, and I think it was like 80% of your budget came from grants. How involved were you, and do you think you'd be able to keep up that kind of pace going forward?
Yes, I was intimately involved with preparing the grant applications and doing the grant reporting, and I do hope to continue pursuing grants and maximizing the grant funding that's available.
Do you feel like you have sufficient expertise in that area, given that you did work with Karen as deputy, I guess, for 3 years?
Yes, I definitely still have more to learn, but I do feel that I have expertise at this point, and I also know that I can always lean on the county exec's office if I should have any questions.
Well, I'm sure you do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Ethier?
I'd like to make a motion, we accept.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Second, Mr. Kuhn. Sean?
I was going to second.
All right, well, you have a double second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Congratulations.
Good luck. Thank you. All righty. Next up is confirming the appointment of the Director of the Department of Civil Service. And we have this evening Hannah Black.
Thank you. Hello. Good, how are you? My name is Hannah Black. Thank you, Chairwoman and members of the legislature for having me and considering me for appointment to the Director of Civil Service position. I'm excited about leading my department. I've been with the department for 17 years. I started as personnel technician and was promoted to senior personnel technician and have been acting as director since Director Lally went back to the county exec's office. And as I said, I love the work that I do. I'm that nerd who loves civil service. Not many do, but I do, and I relish the opportunity to lead my department.
Mr. Ethier?
I think it's very nice when the county makes promotions from within the system itself if they're qualified, rather than always going to the outside. So that's all I have to say, and I'd like to make a motion we accept.
All right, we did have a hand before your motion, so we're going to go with the hand.
I would just like to comment, Hannah, thank you for, you and I worked together for all those years. And
Yes.
a long time before that for me with civil service. And you've been great in that office. You've got us through all the trials and tribulations of civil service law at the county and state level. And I'm very happy, like Mr. Ethier said, very happy to see a promotion from within and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I'm assuming that you're going to get a positive recommendation here.
We do have a motion on the floor. Would
I
you
got a
allow, would you,
question.
hang on one second.
Sorry.
Would you allow a question, Mr. Ethier?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Mr.
Oh, from there?
Bergdorf first. First Bergdorf first, and then Mr. Grimm.
Just a quick question for you. I know sometimes in number 2, does 80% of the work. Now that you become number 1, do you have somebody in mind to bring up to be your deputy in terms of a transition?
We do have a deputy. He is a competitive class deputy, and he has been the deputy the entire time that I have been with the department.
Okay. So, but then there'll be a backfill for your slot.
Yes, we have a very qualified individual who has stepped up into my...
Is it a person with some level of tenure?
Yes, he's been with the department for 10 years.
Great, thank you. Super.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf. Mr. Grimm?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Department of Civil Service is very important.
It is.
It's about meritocracy.
Yes.
And it was created because there were so many politicians who were putting their friends into office
Yes.
and positions. So what's your strategy to make sure there's no political interference in the Civil Service Department? Because in many governments, and I'm not speaking specifically about here, that could be an issue.
Following the law and rules is what enables us to make sure that there is not a lot of political pressure to put this person into this position. You can't in the face of a list. And I am very well versed in civil service law and rules and know if something is not
Now,
legit.
you also help the towns out also in
Yes.
certain circumstances. You're essentially their arm of civil service.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah, okay. All right, you're also Santa grad, so it's a big night for the Saints, so congratulations.
Go Saints.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Black. Does anybody else have any questions before we entertain Mr. Ethier's motion? Got a second from Mr. Ward. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations so far. Thank you.
Thanks.
We do number 6? All right, next up we have 5528, confirming the appointment of a member to the Albany County Ethics Commission. Hello.
My name is Stephanie, for those who don't know me, Los Angeles from the County Exec's Office. We are seeking approval for the appointment of Benedict Conroy to the Albany County Ethics Commission. It's a 4-year term with no salary.
Any questions?
Yeah, I've got a question, Madam Chair.
Okay.
What do you see as the principal role of the Ethics Commission? How often do you meet? What exactly, how involved are you in code of ethics? Could you explain a little bit about that?
So, as Stephanie's relatively new to the office, a lot of what you can find is done in the ethics law, which we can provide you. I believe they meet quarterly, but I know primarily it's looking at conflicts of interest, ensuring that the work of the county government is above board. So I think that's.
So it's just a quarterly meeting, and unless you have some kind of issue come up?
Yeah, I think they can meet as needed, I believe. And obviously, I'd like to just, I'll confirm that for you, but I just don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, do so.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Madam Chair.
Ray? Sean?
I see that the title says we're confirming the appointment. Mr. Conboy is not here. But I don't, are we just making an appointment, approving an appointment?
No, this is-
Because normally we don't confirm an ethics commission.
Yes, this is just approving the appointment. That's a misnomer in the title.
And with that being said, Mr. Conboy has been around county and state and local government for longer than me, a long time, and I think he'd be an excellent choice, and it is the county executive's appointment anyway, so I think we just have to vote on it, correct?
Shall we?
Make a motion.
Thank you. I need a second. Second, Mr. Ethier, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much. You're out of here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, on to the next one.
Here.